Charlotte has over 200 neighborhoods to choose from, but which one has a lifestyle that you want? Where's affordable? Where is safe? Where are the best schools? What about walkability? And where's family friendly? So I explored the top 13 neighborhoods so you don't have to. And some of the things I discovered, I don't even know if I'm really supposed to talk about, but I'm breaking the rules. Plus, an exclusive mega guide to all of Charlotte's neighborhoods is yours after we explore the top 13, starting with South Park, a well-known upscale neighborhood. Curious where lifestyle meets luxury in Charlotte? Welcome to South Park. It's home to the South Park Mall, a major destination for upscale retail therapy, luxury shopping, and upscale restaurants, including the South Park Mall, Abercrombie & Fitch, Altered State, American Girl Doll, Rooster's Wood-Fired Kitchen, Red Rocks Cafe, Chomars, Cafe Mont, which is a French bistro and bakery. And it's got quiet tree-lined streets, large homes, great proximity to Uptown and South Charlotte. It's just 6 miles south of Uptown Charlotte. Good schools, community amenities. We'll flash a whole bunch of schools on the screen right now for you to take a look at. And it's got a great urban meets suburban feel with a great mix of extravagant mansions, luxury apartments, everything. So South Park has a lot of nice stuff. It is gonna have some problems too. The cost of living is higher than most suburbs and neighborhoods. The median price is $630K, almost double compared to Charlotte's median of about $380. It's got limited diversity, traffic congestion during rush hour. Some areas have no walkability. And rapid development has really changed the neighborhood landscape over the past few years. It's just a bit more commercialized compared to other neighborhoods. But as we admire South Park's upscale charm, what's the vibe like in the heart of Charlotte? Let's explore Uptown next. Uptown, Charlotte's place to be. If you're looking for the center of action in Charlotte, head to Uptown. It's the heart of Charlotte with a vibrant urban atmosphere, rich in cultural attractions, museums, theaters, including the Bechtel Museum of Modern Art, the Mint Museum, Uptown, Levine Center for the Arts, Harvey B. Gantt Center for African American Arts and Culture, and it's got a diverse dining and entertainment set of options, including Market at 7th Street, First Ward Social, Nouvelle Rooftop 22, Alexander Michaels, the Spectrum Center, and of course the Bank of America Stadium. Everybody knows the stadium. It's home to major business and finance centers like Bank of America and Duke Energy. So it's got excellent public transportation and walkability. CATS, the Charlotte Area Transportation System, some cool CATS. And there's a lot to do in Uptown, but not everything's gonna be perfect. It does have a higher cost of living and real estate prices with a median home. It's gonna be in the upper 300s, but that's mostly small condos. Townhomes will run you more, and if you want real space, you should expect to spend $1 million plus for prime location. It can be busy and noisy, especially at night because of so many events. There's limited green space and parks, but way more than most cities, don't worry. And parking can be difficult and expensive if you don't live there and have a place to park because of so much tourist traffic. So Uptown's energy is captivating. But what about the quieter, more suburban areas of Charlotte? Let's explore what else there is to offer next. Ballentine, popular for the modern amenities, upscale living. If you thought about suburban lifestyle with a touch of luxury, you gotta check out Ballentine. It has an affluent and upscale vibe with modern amenities, access to high quality schools, low crime rates, and we're gonna flash a whole bunch of schools on the screen to look at right now. But you also need to see the beautifully landscaped areas with tree-lined streets, and there's luxurious homes, condos, there's something for everybody there, especially if you like more of a suburban feel in the city. It's conveniently located on the South Carolina border, and it's a great destination for golfers with numerous playing courses, including Ballentine Country Club, Randy Joyner Golf, and there is just events, activities, stuff going on for all ages all over the place. Now, Ballentine has lots of great things for families, but some parts can be a bit tricky. Higher cost of living and real estate prices, again, it's hard to find much space there below $500,000. Suburban feel may lack any sort of urban excitement. Again, if you want to be more in the city, you want to be more in the city. And the traffic congestion due to growth has gotten kind of crazy. Now, there's also going to be more limited public transportation options compared to being more in the city. And it can feel a bit isolated from central Charlotte, because it is a little bit further away. Again, it's got that more suburban feel because it is a little bit more suburban. And predominantly, it's a residential area, so you're not going to have a ton of nightlife there. Now, Ballentine offers a luxurious suburban experience, but what about neighborhoods with a historic touch? We got to turn our attention to Myers Park next. Myers Park, known for its historic homes, prestigious atmosphere, and if you want fancy living in the middle of history and elegance, Myers Park is where history meets luxury. It has elegant homes with tree-lined streets, top-rated healthcare facilities in the neighborhood, including Atrium Health Myers Park, Complete Care Myers Park, and there's even Myers Park Nursing Center. It's got plenty of green space and parks with Edge Hill Park, Squirrel Park, and Independence Park. It's got cultural attractions like the Mint Museum right in the neighborhood with an upscale and peaceful setting known for its 100-year-old oak canopy-lined streets. It's got highly rated public schools, which will put some of the data behind that up on the screen now. Myers Park is really pretty and timeless, but living here has some challenges. The real estate prices are insane. Just like period, you're lucky to find 2,000 square feet under 600,000. It's not very walkable for daily errands. There's limited nightlife and dining options. Traffic congestion can also get really crazy because there are a lot of people that go down there, especially along Kings Road and Queens Road. I've gotten stuck in absolutely insane traffic. And some areas are also undergoing rapid development. It's designed to be less connected to public transit because it's a little bit more suburbia in the middle of urban living. And Myers Park, it's got beautiful blends of history with luxury, but what about neighborhoods that offer a mix of historic charm and urban living? Let's take a stroll through the neighbor next door, Dilworth, next. Dilworth offers a blend of historic charm with urban living. It's a neighborhood where history and the modern intersect, and if that's what you're looking for, Dilworth is absolutely your destination. It has historic charm with tree-lined streets and beautiful bungalows. It's pedestrian friendly with easy access to amenities. Much of it is, I'd say, pretty walkable in lots of older neighborhood streets. It has great proximity to Uptown and the business districts with just a quick 5-minute drive. It's only maybe 2 miles away from Uptown. And it has vibrant community with local events, diverse dining and shopping options, including Vistique, Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, Revolution, Clothiers & Co. It's also home to Charlotte's first streetcar suburb or neighborhood. It's got streetcars all through the area, which are really cool to hop on the trolleys. And it's also part of the National Register of Historic Places. It's close to large hospitals and medical facilities just up the street, including Carolina's Medical Center, Novant Health, Charlotte Orthopedic Hospital, and also Atrium Health Mercy. And living in Dilworth is kind of like stepping back in time, but not everything is super easy. The real estate market is not only pretty expensive, but also very competitive because so many people do want to live there. The median cost is very high. It's up in the 7s at this point. You also do see a higher cost of living. You see limited parking availability because it is, again, going to be a commuter neighborhood. And the busy streets can be noisy if it's on one of the busy main roads, but the neighborhoods can be quieter, but all the same, the homes are going to be smaller and the lot sizes are going to be smaller for the most part if you want something more affordable, and if you want something larger, you're going to have to ante up some money for that. Plus, as the area has undergone rapid development, the handful of older or more affordable options have pretty much evaporated as everything has been turned and updated. So while Dilworth offers a delightful mix of history and modern living, what about neighborhoods that are known for more artsy, more eclectic vibe? Because if that's what you're looking for, we're gonna dive into the colorful world of Nota or North Davidson. Let's dive into that next. So North Davidson, or Nota as the locals call it, is famous for its artsy and eclectic vibe. So if you're interested in a place where art and community blend together seamlessly, welcome to Nota. Like I said, it's got an eclectic and an artsy vibe. It's thriving in the art scene with a lot of galleries, theaters, music venues, including the Neighborhood Theater, the Evening Muse. It also has a variety of unique bars and restaurants, including one of my favorites, Smelly Cat Coffee House and Roastery. It's a great place to work. very quiet. The best way I can describe it is almost like a speakeasy, but with coffee. There's also Pura Vida Worldly Art. Amelie's super famous bakery and cafe in Nota. It's a French-style bakery. The Goodyear House, Benny Penelow's, and a whole lot more. It's got a close-knit and very inclusive community, a growing number of housing options, easy access with public transport, including by the light rail, buses, all sorts of different options. And it also hosts the annual Nota Film Festival. Plus, some of the best nightlife in the entire city is in Nota. Black Box, the venue, is in Nota, and it has some of the best DJs and shows and electronic music you're gonna find anywhere in Charlotte. And it's a really cool venue to boot. I've been to shows and festivals all over the US, and Black Box is one of my absolute favorites. Now, Nota is all about the art and fun, but it also does have some challenges as well. Gentrification has really affected the neighborhood dynamics and just the entirety of the area. It is one of the most industrial and residential and nightlife and creative and artsy. It's like this huge blend and melding pot of so many different influences, some of which has been really good melting together, and some of which also, you know, some people can find a little bit jarring or a little bit weird if you're used to a really, really master plan structured community. There are limited green spaces and parks, and the nightlife can be noisy for residents, again, because it does have some of the absolute best venues in the city. Parking can also be challenging if you're on some of the main thoroughfares or if you're in the downtown area. And also the rapid development has impacted the historic charm because there just aren't as many historic homes there as there used to be. Plus, it's been really, really popular. I love it. Tons of other people love it. And so that has led to higher living costs. And I can't really blame anyone either because it really is just such a gem in the entire city. Some of my favorite streets in the entire city are tucked in the back of some of these city neighborhoods. And so Nota has a ton to offer. Now, while Nota's artistic vibe is unmistakable, what about areas that are known for their trendy lifestyle and accessibility? Let's shift our focus to the dynamic South End next. South End is a trendy area known for its nightlife and accessibility. It is the choice for young professionals who are looking for something where they can easily commute into East Charlotte for particularly banking jobs. And the neighborhood's always buzzing. It's trendy with lifestyle, vibrant nightlife, and you can really discover the charm of not only South End, but the city as a whole by visiting here. It's fast growing, it's trendy, there's a ton to do, there's always something going on. And as you walk around the streets, even on weeknights, you will see people out and about, going out to bars, going out to clubs, going out to play mini golf. There's a mini golf bar kind of pub thing there too. It's got excellent nightlife and entertainment, including Encore nightclub. It's got the 16-bit barcade or bar plus arcade, which has all sorts of classic video games. The Oak Room, it's got the Underground, plus it's also got Broken Promises, which is one of the local clubs to the area. They have events just about every night of the week, I feel like. It's also got proximity to Uptown with the light rail. It's only 7 minutes, it's about a mile and a half. And on top of that, a wide range of dining and shopping options, including Early Girl Eatery, a Salted Melon Market and Eatery. If you've never been, you absolutely have to go there. They've got incredible food. Their avocado toast is just to die for. Ruby Sunshine, also one of my all-time favorites. Gotta try their Sweet Heat. It's a mixture of fried chicken and these French toast bites. All in like this sweet and spicy kind of like hot sauce, kind of like maple syrup sauce. I can't even explain it. It's so good. There's also the Leroy Fox South End. They've got Atherton Mill. They've got Free People. They have a ton of modern apartments and lofts. And there is some historical significance with a contemporary twist. But what you're really going to find throughout South End is that it's all about the new. Lots of new buildings, new high rises, new apartments, new office space. Everything feels new. It's also got a ton of different galleries. It's got the Charlotte Running Trail. It's got the rail trail along the light rail. There's also Hiddlebrook's Gallery. And South End is just super trendy and fun. But there are some not so great parts and aspects to it too. The rent and living costs have been going through the roof. It can be busy and crowded, especially on weekends. There's just absolutely zero parking on the weekends, and rent has pretty much doubled over the past 3 years or so. It has very limited family-oriented amenities and also just the noise from nightlife and traffic. Plus, all in all, it just is less historical compared to other neighborhoods, right? Particularly the recent development there has all been about the new because there was open land to create a place for all the people commuting into Uptown to live. So South End offers a lively urban experience, but what about neighborhoods with a more eclectic and diverse character? Because we're gonna take a look at Plaza Midwood next, and you don't wanna miss it. Plaza Midwood, which is known as the streetcar suburb, is a diverse and hip neighborhood with a very unique character. If you're curious about where diversity and creativity thrive in Charlotte, then you need to explore Plaza for many of the different pros that it brings, including a very eclectic and artsy vibe with a diverse community, thriving local business scene with unique shops including Black Diamond, which is a local sneaker and clothing store, Moxie Mercantile and Clutch, which are some local gift shops, and then of course all your essentials, so Trader Joe's, they got a flower shop, pubs, eateries, and then of course local schools too. So there's the Midwood Learning Academy, CASA International, the Plaza Presbyterian Weekday School, and also tons of green spaces and community parks, including Midwood Park, Midwood Neighborhood Dog Park, Veterans Park. Whether you got pets that you want to go play with out in the park, you got dogs you need to go take on walking trails, you play basketball, you've got some volleyball skills to be a weekend warrior with, you play tennis like myself, baseball, if you just want to go to a playground with your kids, no matter what you want to do, Plaza absolutely has something for you. Plus, there's great proximity to Uptown and other key areas with just a quick 10-12 minute drive and about 3.5 miles away. It's known for the restaurants and an eclectic, diverse culture, including Midwood Smokehouse, Yafo Kitchen, The Workman's Friend, Milk Bread, Zada Jane's Corner Cafe, and the entire place just is vibrant. It's got a great neighborhood with a mix of historic homes. And while Plaza is full of cool stuff and creativity, it does have some challenges too that you need to know about. So some of the cons: it does have a rising cost of housing due to the popularity, limited parking in commercial areas. Central Avenue gets really congested during rush hour. I've gotten stuck there a few times. Plus, the neighborhood, since revitalization began back in the 90s, has changed in feel. There's a lot more condos now. And also, some areas can lack modern amenities, not to mention it can be noisy due to nightlife and social activities. So, while Plaza Midwood's diverse and vibrant character is captivating, what about the neighborhoods that combine historic charm with also a sense of community? Because if that's what you're looking for, you're in luck. We're going to explore Elizabeth next. Elizabeth, combining historic charm and a sense of community. So if you're looking for historic charm with a cozy community feel, then discover Elizabeth. It's got the historic charm with a small town feel. It's close to Uptown, all the medical centers just 10-12 minutes away, about 4 miles to Uptown. It's got a picturesque park known as Independence Park, named after a small women's college. And it's walkable with many shops and restaurants. So the People's Market, Elizabeth Creamery, Custom Shop, the Wine Vault Elizabeth, Viva Chicken, Elizabeth Avenue, and it has a diverse set of housing options too that you need to know about. Now, Elizabeth, it's got the historic streets, it's lovely, but also there are a few modern day challenges that you need to know about. So it will have, again, higher cost of living and real estate than the entire Charlotte MSA. Limited nightlife and entertainment options, because that's really not what the neighborhood appeals to. Traffic congestion can get crazy during peak hours. Plus, some areas are going to lack modern amenities because, again, it's appealing to a more historic feel. It's not appealing to being some huge shopping and place to go type hub. Got limited large retail and grocery stores. Some parts are less developed compared to neighboring areas, which you might think is a good thing, depending on what you're looking for, the feel you're looking for. And Elizabeth overall offers a charming blend of history and community. But what about areas that are known for more family-friendly atmosphere and amenities? Let's turn our attention to Highland Creek next. Highland Creek, so if you're looking for a family-oriented area with plenty of amenities, you gotta look at Highland Creek because it's all about family, it's all about fun, it's all about lots of things to do and all the things you could ever possibly need all in one area. So it is going to have some very popular schools, including Highland Creek Elementary School and Ridge Road Middle School are two of the public schools there. It's going to have tons of rec facilities, including parks, golf courses, and tons of walking trails and all sorts of stuff nearby. But as far as the parks and golf courses right in the area, there's the Highland Creek Golf Club, the Highland Creek Sports Club Park, which is private. There is also the Clark Creek Park, also private, and the Highland Creek Elementary Playground. There's active HOA organized community events in the area, and there is some very affordable rental housing there compared to many other areas in and around Charlotte. And not to mention, because of the great access to the city, there's growing commercial development offering many local amenities, including some of the largest shopping centers that are popping up around the city. Some of the other ones that you will find in the area are shops at Highland Creek, Harris Teeter for all your day-to-day essentials, and of course the Highland Creek Sports Club is also going to have some great amenities. Now, Highland Creek offers a playground for families, but it's also a bit of a stretch from the urban jungle. So what are going to be some of those cons? It is further from Uptown and the central business district, so especially during those peak rush hours, it might be 20 minutes to get up there. It is mostly residential, so it's not going to have the same excitement that the city brings, and it's not really built for public transport. It's not like Pineville or University that are on the light rail. It's really meant to be more of a commuter neighborhood, and so some areas really don't have a ton of diversity when it comes to dining and shopping. It's more all the prototypical amenities that you're going to want to find in suburbia, but with that same access into the city. Not only that, you're also going to find there is terrible traffic congestion near some of the major roads during peak hours. Now, while Highland Creek offers a haven for families, for young professionals, if maybe the traffic, maybe some of the other cons scared you off, what about neighborhoods that are rapidly growing and have both residential as well as commercial amenity type developments? So we're going to dive into the dynamic world of Steel Creek next. Steel Creek is rapidly growing with a mix of both residential and commercial development in the area. So if you're curious about where residential is going to meet commercial in Charlotte, if you're curious where the urban meets a little bit of rural, then welcome to Steel Creek. Many people are surprised to find out that actually a good chunk of Steel Creek, while it is in Charlotte, true Charlotte MSA, it's also got great access into the city. It's also USDA loan eligible. Now, it's rapidly growing with new residential and commercial developments all over the place, especially because the proximity to Lake Wylie offers a lot of outdoor recreational activities. It's only 10 minutes or so, depending on where you are, down to the lake. It's going to have a diverse set of different housing options at all sorts of different price points. If you got $300,000, $350,000, $400,000, $1 million, you can spend it all in that area. And there's also a ton of development when it comes to shopping, dining, entertainment. Lots of stuff popping up all over the place. They've got a Showmars, Hickory Tavern, Jim and Nick's Barbecue. They've got a pizzeria there, Enrico's, incredible cheesy bread, Buffalo Wild Wings there. They've got Greco's Fresh Grill. They've got shopping over at Rivergate, over at the Steelcroft Shopping Center. They've got entertainment with the Destination Boat Clubs Carolina, the Thomas McAllister Wingate Park, Steel Creek Community Place, all sorts of things over there. And it's also got great access to the major highways, and it's close to the airport, just about 15 minutes, even less depending on where you might be, and also great access to US 160. Now, Steel Creek is on the fast track to growth, but speed also brings a set of speed bumps. So what are the cons? Ongoing construction and development can be disruptive. Some of the traffic can get pretty crazy, especially over by access to 485. And also some areas just lack an established community feel. It's almost like the area's trying to find its identity through all the rapid growth. And not to mention that there's really limited public transportation services, as well as there's just limited public transport options. So now, while Steel Creek's dynamic growth is impressive, if you're looking for a neighborhood with a rich history, a strong sense of community, and you're looking for something that is going to have a little bit more sophistication maybe, now let's step into the historic and community-rich Wesley Heights next. Wesley Heights, a historic area with a strong sense of community. So if you've ever thought about living in a historic area, someplace that has a strong sense of belonging, Well, Wesley Heights is the place to consider. It's a historic neighborhood with unique character. The Union at Station West is a great example of that. It's close to Uptown and has major attractions. It's just 5 minutes from the actual Uptown, like Charlotte City Center. And it's also got a growing number of local businesses and eateries, including Open Kitchen, Pinky's Westside Grill, which I think was actually on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dive Bars years ago. Bossy's Beulah's, What the Fries, K Frases Taqueria and Bar. They have great margaritas there. Banker's Kitchen, and then also the Quad Espresso Jewelry is another one of those local shops. It's a diverse and inclusive community, lots of walking trails and greenways, including Wesley Heights Greenway, Irwin Creek and Stewart Creek, Greenway Trailhead 2, I think is the technical name, and then Seversville Park. Lots of great places over there to go walk your dog. I like to take my puppy over there all the time. It's also relatively pedestrian friendly with wide sidewalks and trails. I've walked all over that area countless times. Great proximity to professional sporting events at Bank of America Stadium, just 5-minute Uber away. And while Wesley Heights celebrates its past, it's also facing the challenges of an evolving city, particularly in an older neighborhood that's evolving very quickly. Gentrification has impacted many original residents. As you drive down the streets, there's many streets there that just don't look at all like what they did a few years ago. Many streets for the better, many streets not necessarily for the better. There's limited housing inventory because of the proximity. It's very, very hot. And some areas are still undergoing development. You see a lot of new buildings going up. Parking can be a challenge. And certain areas are going to have higher crime rates, so just something to be mindful of. It's very, very suitable for people that are commuting into the city and working professionals that want the proximity but still want a neighborhood feel. And personally, one of my personal favorites. So while Wesley Heights does offer a unique blend of history and community, what about a neighborhood that provides a suburban feel but with close proximity to Uptown? Let's explore Cotswold next. Cotswold offers a suburban feel with a close proximity to Uptown. If you're curious about a neighborhood that blends suburban peace with an urban access, discover Cotswold. The neighborhood has a suburban feel with close proximity to Uptown. It's only about 10-12 minutes away, a little under 6.5 miles. It does have a variety of shopping and dining options, including Cotswold Village, the Thai House inside of Cotswold Village, Smashburger, Piatta's Italian street food, of course Chick-fil-A, and also Cotswold Marketplace. It's a relatively stable, well-established neighborhood, but it's got a ton of development, especially a lot of townhomes have gone into that area just because it is so popular. And also access to quality public and private schools, including Cotswold Elementary School, Randolph Middle School, Open Door School, and the Adventist Christian Academy of Charlotte, all in the actual neighborhood. Not to mention, there's also a mix of housing styles and price ranges. Like I said, there's a lot of townhomes in the area, a lot of new development. Many of those new options have sold very, very quickly over the past couple of years because it is a more cost-effective option if you're trying to find something that's going to offer easy commutes into the city. And Cotswold does a great job of blending suburban quiet with urban access, but this blend can sometimes stir up a few challenges. So what are the cons? Traffic congestion can get absolutely nutty during rush hour. It's got higher cost of living than some other suburbs, limited nightlife and entertainment options because it is more of a neighborhood. Many areas do not have the best walkability, and also because it has developed so rapidly over the past few years, many neighborhoods have changed significantly. So while we've been learning about the unique vibes and lifestyles that Charlotte's top neighborhoods have, you might also be interested in learning about the best suburbs too. Well, I'm gonna share a video for that here in 1 second. Before I do, if you wanna see all the different home options that might be in your budget, you can scan a QR code up here. You can also book time directly on my calendar to have a chat with me and see if I might be able to help you make a smooth move to Charlotte. And go ahead, watch this video over here if you wanna learn all about the top 7 suburbs in Charlotte, North Carolina, and see which one might be the best for you. Until next time, as always, hope to show you around town.